I'm recording this video to show a few people how to remove the headlight on a Pajero Generation 3 diesel type of truck. It's a Mitsubishi Pajero. This is made for Japanese market, so it's a right-hand drive, and it's an Exceed. Some people drive Super Exceed, and they are all the same. And I'm having trouble with the headlights alignment. Since I got this car, the headlights are not properly aligned with the American type of roads. So they're kind of going to the left, and I kind of tried to adjust. So I kept adjusting this. You see the marks here on the headlight. Of course, when the headlight is installed, those adjustment screws will align with these holes, and of course you have to go through with the Phillips screwdriver through these slots until you reach this mechanism here, and the same for the other for the horizontal alignment. And so of course I tried the whole range, and I was not able to properly align the beam with the road. And I replaced the HID bulbs. I used 3 different types from different manufacturers, and they all give me all sort of awkward and ugly beam. Is nothing nice and spot and consistent. So I might go with the regular halogen bulbs. I replaced already the other one, the left hand side. I replaced with a regular bulb, and it's much better. So I could see the light is the bulb is dim. It's not bright like HID, but at least it's clear and is well defined. So I know where my beam starts, where the beam ends. Left, right, up, down it's much better. With these HIDs, I tried different mirrors. Of course, they come with a mirror, so I made some mods on the mirrors just to get a better spot. So I'm not happy with the HIDs. But the point of the video is to show a couple of people how to remove the headlight. So I'm on a right headlight, which is the driver's side on this car. And what you need to do, so of course you can follow a manual, which I did. I found some forums online. People posted the page from the manual. So that page showed me the location of the screws, and I knew it before. I kind of played with this car in the past, but it's much easier when you have a sort of a diagram. So there is one screw that is holding this bracket here. So I'm storing the screws somewhere. I don't want to mix the screws with other job screws. These are metric screws. So one is here, one is right here. So you would have to remove or maybe crack open that grill just to make room for your wrench. Then I'm going to take the headlight out to show the location on another screw. So once you know how this screw is being mounted on the headlight, then you know where to look for. So that screw is on the right hand side. If you look at the headlight from the front, it's at the right hand side bottom. So one is right hand side top, right hand side bottom, right here. They have the same head. I think it's a M8 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me for that. Actually, let me show you the screw so you kind of know what screws you expect to find on this thing. And I'm using a let me see, number 8. Yeah, I thought it's an M8. or an American one is 5/16, but I don't like the American standard system. So number 8, M8 socket here. So you remove that screw, the one on the top again. So now the tricky part is this thing, this screw, which is the left bottom. So the left bottom it's a bolt that's part of the headlight, and what you have to do is to remove a nut, which is this nut here. But how to access that nut behind? So you have to do some work here, and what I did, I turned the wheel to the right. So my front wheel, I turned it to the right to allow me some space to work in here. Unless you want to take the wheel off, then you have way more space, and you have to take out this trim. So in order to take that trim out, you have to undo a couple of things. You have to undo some clips. In my case, this was broken because it's old plastic, and you know they come apart. So it's one clip here that kind of attached to the bumper, front bumper. So one here, one there, then a couple of other kind of I don't know how you call these clips here. So you have to use a screwdriver. You will see a slot, pop this thing out, then you pull the whole thing out. So it's not complex at all, but easiest way is to wash those pieces of plastic, because they tend to get seized with dirt and rust and salt and all that stuff. So if you wash it a bit, you spray with something, even WD-40 makes them come out very easy. So once you remove those, you don't have to remove the whole trim. You don't have to remove it. You just need to make some room for your wrench. So once you have access into that space, let's see if I can put the camera in. Yes. Then you see, don't touch that screw, because that screw is holding something else. But there is a nut. So this nut, was here. So you just remove that nut, and then you have to wiggle the headlight. So you have to kind of play with the headlight, left, right, up, down, and don't pull hard. And of course you have to remove the bulbs, the signaling bulbs, the position ones. So you just turn these ones like a twist, and it's kind of bayonet type of system, and just pull it out. And the other one the same thing, and of course you have the cable from the headlight. Then, like I said, you play with this grill here, left, right, unless you want to take the whole grill assembly out to make your job kind of a cleaner. But you know, I took it out without breaking anything. And of course, every time I take these things apart, I look at other parts. Here I had some trouble with the this connector, which is my fog lights connector. It came like that. I don't know who made this type of job, but it's all right. I have some kind of corrosion here, the headlight connector, so I have to use some contact cleaner. So I use some alcohol, some contact cleaner, which is a spray. I have it somewhere here, like this guy. Then I'm going to use some grease to, you don't have to follow me again, but I'm using this type of grease to add on the bolts to prevent some seizing. Usually I use copper grease, but I don't have anything right now. I was not prepared for this job. And of course I do some cleaning, and I look for rust and stuff. I remove some salt. You see, salt is getting getting around here like a salt from the road, and it's starting corrosion. So what I do when I wash my car, usually I spray with a pressure, I spray underneath, then I use air to blow. So I have to put my air hose in different areas, but here I didn't know this part. So for once I have this headlight back into the car, I'm using this door to align the headlights. So this door have these horizontal marks and vertical ones. It helps me to kind of align it better, because when you turn those knobs, I mean this aligning mechanism, you kind of forget. The movement is very slow. Even you use a wall, a white wall or a brick white wall. A brick white wall would be nice because you see some marks, but with a plain wall it's very difficult to memorize. You have to kind of have some marks or spots on that wall. And people, so mechanics and dealers, they use a special type of a screen. But since I don't have that one and I don't want to build one for one time every couple of years job, then like I said, I use this kind of a gate. You can use anything that has some marks on it. That helps you to memorize where you had the initial setting and the setting you want to get. Okay, so that's kind of a quick video about how to remove that light. It's not difficult at all. It just you need to know that trick, especially here, this nut behind. Okay, so hopefully it helps. Bye bye.